100.
As we're going through that, it reminded me actually of the plot of that movie Soul. You guys saw that one?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got nothing. What's my purpose?
Did I tell you I used to work at a library in college?
Mm-mm.
I'll tell you about that. So I thought, at least, what do librarians do? People that work at librarian, what is the qualifications for saying, "Hey, can I get this book short?" Apparently, a lot more than what I was bringing to the table. I had a job in the library for I think like a year or year and a half, and got fired from the library. Who gets fired from a library that nobody goes to? Nobody ever went to that library. That's why I worked there. And the guy comes out and he's like, well, I'll tell you why I got fired. I disagreed on the filing system. I knew that nobody really went to that library, and it damn sure wasn't going through a detailed selection of how to find the books, right? Shout out to Amazon. So I was kind of not filing stuff correctly, and they told me they didn't want me to come back. But I was thinking my experience in the library was pretty interesting. One, it did help me kind of a job is a job, but two, I actually liked the library. I went more since I was fired, and not because I was fired, but actually working that job taught me a little bit of value in knowing in the programming that happens in libraries. So I think I would throw that is something I think people should do. Everyone should have a library card or at least access to one. If you're a citizen, should know where the nearest one is, should have some kind of footprint there, right? Versus the latter, which is not having a footprint there.
Wait, you want to force people to go to the library?
Absolutely. What can more reading hurt? I mean, a lot, but it's, I'll deal with the more reading problem, right? But
sounds like you just turned society into a classroom, right? Everybody needs to go to the library and read books and write a report.
I don't think writing a report is necessary. I think.
Well, how do you know they read a book?
You can have a discussion with them and then tell you they didn't have a book. And then, so my old manager would tell me this, man. He literally said this to me. He was like, "John, I want to have a book club, like in our meetings. Maybe we should every month talk about a book we just read." I was like, "Cool, let's do it." And I started building up the book list. And I was like, man, and he was building up the book list, and he was like, "I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't read the whole book. I just read a chapter, and that's all you really need. No one really needs to sit through no one needs to sit through cover to cover of books. That's a complete waste of time. Most of it is regurgitated information. Nowadays you could piecemeal a book together, and there's some arguments to that, but nonetheless, at least I know he's read enough to know I can look at a book for a couple of chapters and get enough to have a talking point. And that's the most important thing is, for me, going to the library, I used to hear people have these really dope debates and discussions in the library, and I would let them talk as loud as they needed to. Nobody was coming there, and it was entertaining for me. I'm not going to be looking at books for 8 hours. But when you have a little bit of knowledge and a base level foundation of how you can receive information and determine what's bullshit versus what's not bullshit, I think everybody should have that ground level, to be integrated into society. I know we try to teach people how to read.
Yeah, I think the question is, how do you create a curriculum or a job or something that instills that skill in people? Because you can't just say, all right, people go read.
True, but here's part
that's
of
why
that
cleaning
solution.
up trash on the side of the road is a useful job.
But part of that solution is if you knew what a kid was swinging themselves towards like, what is your specialty? Most people don't have a problem reading up on things that they are infatuated with or they're good at, right? Like you ask any football player who can't read, I guarantee you they've read Sports Illustrated. I've guaranteed they read something to do with sports, including a playbook, right? So I think that could be a way, right? You have these people who are like, hey, you're going to be a little Picasso. All right, we're going to start feeding you all this material that we think can enhance your artistic nature, right? There, you have this baseline of knowledge that you're interested in. That if someone says, Pablo Picasso is not a real dude, right? You could be like, hold up, it's not true. What are you? Some kind of Pablo Picasso expert? I'm an artist and I've done art history. He's one of the most unavoidable people in art history. Of course I can speak to that. And now some idiot who's just kind of making up something, have somebody with a little bit more backbone to defend, right? And right now I think things are so decentralized that, when I think about like, how does flat earth happen? Like, how does that get to a thing? I'm not saying that they're not readers, but
yeah.
Go ahead.
We cut to a library where John worked. John, I know we fired you yesterday, and I called you back today to let you know that we're still in the process of doing your review. Yeah. We let you go, but you were never really hired.
Yeah, you were never really hired.
We had
we're all here.
Yeah, you were on a 6-month work trial, part of the interview process, if you will. And firing you was also part of that process. We wanted to
see your reaction, engage that kind of person. Yeah.
Exactly. As long as that check hit the bank, that's all I care about. You feel me?
Oh, the money. You thought, okay, the bank and the check and all of that.
Yeah, that bank of yours, it's actually not. It's not a real bank. It's part of the interview process.
Yeah, we did already set up an account for you.
Part of the college campus. Yeah.
So y'all just been paying me funny money, like Disney bucks all this time?
Right. No, I mean, you've been using, our stores and different things. And the internet you've been going to is actually our internet. So, it's sort of, we provide you with things, part of the interview process.
Right.
But you're not actually building wealth for yourself to take away from here.
Those phone calls to your mother, they really weren't to your mother.
That wasn't my mother.
No, we had an actor.
God damn.
Answering all those calls. Yeah.
Yeah, she is. Regina King.
She even did the arguments that we had years ago.
She did great.
Yeah.
Oh, so she did great.
Yeah. Well, we wanted.
But she's not officially hired yet, but we're still.
No, you're still in the process. And we partnered you with a librarian, and you were supposed to give us a detailed report of your mentorship, her mentorship with you. And I mean, I'd like to say, I don't know about the rest of the team, but the story, the detailed report that you've written is out of sight. I don't know if you were reading any of those other books.
My God.
They're in the library, but I tell you what, this report.
I normally just read a few pages of these things and say I've read the whole thing, but this one I read the whole thing.
Everywhere.
I was up all night reading. Yeah.
Everywhere.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Everywhere. I mean, did this really happen that you all were down in the basement and a pipe broke and it started flooding and she held on to you and you held on to her and you were going under and she's like, no, I want to save you too. And you said, no, go on and live your life. And you let Miss Crenshaw just float away and you drowned in the basement. I mean, whoa.
Oh,
yeah.
I shed a tear.
Everything about that is 100% true.
That's so interesting. So in chapter 7, when the library got snowed in, right? And it was just you and the librarian and a kid, and you lost your mind and tried to murder them. That really happened?
100%.
Wow. I'm telling you.
Yeah, 100%. I was writing. That's when I started writing this paper. Actually, so my initial
it was in the paper when you were writing the paper. In the paper itself, it was like, oh my God, did the levels here?
Layers and levels. That's pretty incredible. So this part here is towards the climax of your account, and there's a part where the library is on fire and it's on the top of a skyscraper. Everything below you is on fire. You have to jump from one building to another building, and you made it out. That really happened?
Absolutely, man, 1000%. So when I was a child, one of my specialties was Spider-Man. That's all I read. That's all I knew.
Yes.
And I walk around with this. It's like residue, but it's really just gum. And that's why you see me chewing gum all the time. I put it on my wrist, and then when I jump on the building, it lets me stick onto the side of the building.
Yeah,
that's a little bit more than that, but that's kind of like some of the physics behind how that happened.
Yeah, he did get in on a Spider-Man scholarship. He really
and scene. And that is the Can't Tell Us Nothing show, everybody. Thank you for checking it out. Thank you for hanging out. Shout out to Neil, Katie, Benita, Bert. Thank you so much for leaving comments.
Mean man.
Mean man.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
But we're gonna go ahead and get on out of here. So for Michi, for John, for Tandy, for myself, Can't Tell Us Nothing show. Let's see you guys again next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Same time, same place. Let's do it again. You got any music to see us out, DJ Comfy?
I was playing it. I don't know what happened to my music.
Oh no!
Silence.
Yes, I'm playing. I don't know. We have technical difficulties.
All right. Well then, Tandy's coming in with the clutch music.
I'll take it out.